Grace and peace be with you. Hi, my name is Mark. I'm the pastor at Sycamore Creek in Potterville, and I have a brief thought for you today as we continue with the New Testament challenge. We are on day 46, reading Acts 16 through 18 and 2 Timothy 3 and 4. The brief thought that I want to share with you today is from Acts chapter 17, verses 16 through 31, and it's a really important story. I just focused 2 days ago on a really important story that sort of shifted the good news from the Jewish people to the Gentiles. There's another shift that takes place here in this passage that's really important for us today. So Paul is this person who would take the good news to the Gentiles. And we follow Saul becoming Paul throughout the book of Acts. And there's an important point that takes place in Acts 17. You see, Paul usually would go and he would preach in the synagogues. And Paul would convert people who had knowledge of the Jewish scriptures to this new way of following Jesus. They were followers of the way. They weren't even called Christians yet at that point. And in Athens, Paul arrives there and that strategy doesn't work. Well, why doesn't it work? The people don't know the Jewish scriptures. And so what Paul does is he notices that they have all sorts of other gods that are around them. And so Paul adapted his strategy. And this is really important. Paul doesn't change the gospel. It's still good news. It's still rooted in the Jewish scriptures. But he changes and adapts his strategy for presenting the good news to other people. And what he does is he ties in the good news with the culture that he is trying to reach. And this is huge because it still impacts today the way that we present the good news of Jesus. What Paul does is he says this is good news and he ties it in with their culture and he makes it compelling to people so that they might come to know God. So they may come to know the good news of the grace and the love of God shown through Jesus. I would argue that still influences the way that we do things today. It influences the way that Sycamore Creek is organized. We are a church that is focused on people who have not yet heard the good news of Jesus Christ. And we work to build bridges from the good news of Jesus Christ into people's lives so that the good news might be presented to them and that they might hear it and that they might accept it. I want to invite you today to be one of those bridge builders in your interactions with your neighbors, with your friends, with your coworkers, to be involved in the lives of those around you and to remember that there are always people who need to hear the good news of Jesus Christ. Grace and peace be with you.